You got it? Your freedom water?
What's up?
Your freedom water?
Freedom water and my new, what does it say? Leftist tears?
Leftist tears. You're drinking leftist tears. I like that. That's funny.
We'll talk about that next episode. It's going to be
I just have LaCroix. And I'm looking for sponsors, LaCroix or
Still
Daily
LaCroix.
Wire or
anyone,
Freedom 2.0
anyone.
or Freedom 2.0, not 2.0. Yeah, anyone. Yeah, anyone, really.
Yeah.
I think the deal is we have to talk politics and have your wife on the podcast, and then we get...
I think it's politics.
Oh, for sure it is. I think if I could just tag every episode with Trump,
Yeah.
Kamala,
Lots of views.
Biden, left, right. I'm trying to remember what else. We just get views.
We did that back in the NBA. We had a pretty popular one, too. We did like the Thunder and Mavericks.
Yeah, Thunder,
and,
Mavs.
Yeah, people watched.
Yeah.
But-
LeBron,
Yeah.
Steph. I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I should be smarter about
Yeah.
tagging.
I've been watching The Last Dance again from the Bulls,
Oh, yeah.
the Michael Jordan.
It's great. It's great.
It is good. I probably watched it 3 or 4 times, but
Yeah,
every
for
time
sure.
I'm just like, that's
Pick up something else.
you do.
Yeah. I think I've watched it 1.5. I haven't finished it
Yeah.
all the way. Yeah.
I just kind of hit or miss. Like, I'll watch. Like today, I started when they did the Olympics in '92. So he's talking about Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, yeah. They don't like that guy.
No.
Yeah.
He's like, he's the second best point guard. Doesn't mean I don't hate him. I'm like, jeez. But
Yeah, he's there's no love lost. And I guess it
No.
goes back to the way they treated him when they played.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
more to it than we'll ever know.
Sure. Yeah, and he tries to play the game that he's like, I don't know why they don't like me.
Oh, Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to let some of that stuff go too.
Yeah.
Because him, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, the whole Celtics team, Dr. J, the whole Sixers team.
Yeah.
Like all of them, they all hated him back in the day.
Yeah, they all did. Yeah. Seems like it. Well, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Pretty good. Yeah.
So we're on Thanksgiving. You got big plans. I know you got big plans.
Oh, yeah, we got big plans. We're going to a NBA, we're talking NBA, NFL game in Lambeau.
It's a big deal.
I know. It's going to be, I think it's kickoff's like 7:30 at night.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah, because I think the Dallas usually plays like the 3 o'clock game,
Mm-hmm.
and then they'll have
The
they get-
Lions usually play too, don't they?
yeah, they play the early game usually.
Okay.
So I think I could be wrong, but I think Dallas is so bad this year, and the Lions are so good they might have flopped them. So or flipped them. Sorry,
Yeah.
flipped them. Flop is on my head
Yeah,
because the Dallas is so bad.
My brother sent me it's like 25 years or 35 years when the Cowboys and Dolphins played on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
when
sleet
was
game.
Yeah, was it Leon Lett?
He slid and kicked the
Yeah,
ball out of bounds
yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
remember watching
Jimmy
that.
Johnson was super frustrated.
Yeah.
We might have won the Super Bowl that year.
I think it was 92, 93. It was one of those years
The
you
Texas Stadium had the big hole in the ceiling,
won.
right?
Yeah, for God to watch the Cowboys.
That's right. Got to
yeah.
watch his team.
Mm-hmm.
And so even though it was like partial dome, it sleeted like crazy, and it was all over the
Is
field.
that normal in Dallas?
No, no,
So
no.
very
yeah.
rare.
Very rare.
And
I would
it was
say.
on AstroTurf too, so that was slick.
Oh, yeah,
No,
and
that was
like Aikman talks about. I think he says he got more concussions because that field was like concrete, anyways.
I bet, yeah.
And
then they played at Philadelphia. That was a dump.
yeah, that was the
That was
old
just
vet
Concrete with
Yeah.
quarter-inch carpet on top.
little carpet. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, I forgot about that. That's back in the day where they had the. It wasn't starter jackets yet. It was Apex. Do you remember
Oh, I know it.
Apex?
Yeah, I know
Yeah, and they had
Apex.
the big like triangle,
Uh-huh.
like
That's-
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that just oozed 90s right there.
Yeah, yeah. It was. That was. I'm trying to remember. I feel like I remember Jimmy Johnson in
Mhm.
his Apex with his gloves on.
I remember him
Yeah.
saying, "How about them Cowboys?"
How
wearing
about
that
them
coat?"
Cowboys? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. That's back when they were good.
Yeah.
It was a long time ago. It's a long time ago. So
30 years.
that's not something to be thankful about.
Not this year.
Not the Cowboys.
But you said be thankful this year, right?
Yeah, so I was like, what we thought we'd do since we're on Thanksgiving is we'll do our top
Excuse me.
3 things that we're most thankful for from the year. Which is,
From the
I got some
year.
thoughts on that too, because it's interesting. It's easy to be like, what are you thankful for? Oh yeah, family, health,
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then when you say from the year, you're like, oh, I have to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking about that. What if you said the day or the week or whatever? I just think we let things like slide by when
Yeah.
we don't give them the proper like thanks to God probably for a lot of things. But
Mhm.
anyway, so yeah, top 3 things from this past year that we're thankful for, and roll us right into Thanksgiving.
Right into Thanksgiving.
That's right. You can think about this as you're on your way to watch
We'll watch it.
the
Depends on when you-
Dolphins, Packers. Yeah, we'll watch it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm at. I don't know.
Mm.
If I were at my parents' house, we'd definitely watch it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep. All right. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay.
All right, so yours are probably more specific than mine, but I just put America.
America.
America down on, I guess, it's number 3.
That's good. I almost put it. I did.
You did?
I literally almost put like, yeah, we're definitely riding a wave of excitement.
Right.
And we feel like we're shifting a bit, right? Yeah.
Yes, and that's kind of what I put. Just with the last election, and things are kind of hopefully starting to turn back towards God, and we're a little more optimistic for ourselves and our our children and things growing up. It was getting kind of iffy there the last few years to me.
Yeah.
On culture and things like that, and hopefully we can,
Yeah.
start going back towards center and then to the right a little bit. That's what I'm thankful for. We have the opportunity to correct.
Little course
path,
correct a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's good for us to experience some of the other stuff too, because it kind of is like, oh man,
Perspective.
yeah. I was telling my brother that back like in 2020. I'm like, maybe it's a good thing that he lost, and we're gonna get to experience what the people supposedly voted for,
Supposedly.
and we didn't like it.
We didn't like
And
it.
So
Yeah.
America.
It's kind of America. Yeah, it's interesting too, and we'll probably talk about this on the next episode. But it's the shift though. It feels like the pendulum has gone a little far. So now it's like, oh wow, we don't have to quite go as far. But yeah, I think some of that we'll talk. But even some of the decisions made in some of the states that are traditionally like pretty far to the left, I think is kind of telling. So it's good.
I'll just quote it as
good.
Ronald Reagan. It's morning again in America.
Oh, good morning,
Ronald
America.
Reagan. Yep.
Oh, Reagan, huh?
Yep.
Interesting. Did you know that he narrated these old war videos like before he was the president of the country?
I haven't seen him.
No. So I'm listening to a book on tape, and they have him in there talking
Okay.
about like the bomb manufacturer or whatever. It's kind of like just detailed videos. It's
But
pretty
he's
neat.
narrating it.
Yeah, he's
like
narrating.
the-
It's like a younger guy.
Huh.
And it's probably kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find those.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'll
I'll watch them just because of him.
yeah. I assume they'd be on YouTube for sure. So
Well, there you go again. Yeah,
Well.
that'd be awesome. It's like
yeah. All right, my number 3, which obviously you can cram most of these together, but so I just say my kids, and then I have a few, like you said, a little bit specific. I think it's easy to get caught up in life and things go fast, and so I'd say so. I have my son is 17 and he's driving and he's very responsible, and so I really appreciate that, and I'm very thankful. I think kind of seeing him take another step in life where he has a little more freedom and has some ability to just take responsibility. I think it's been great, and he's doing really well in school, blah blah blah, all those things. But we have some expectations in our house. But when you just a little more cut loose, right, and just the reaction that they're gonna have, it's always new for me. I've never had a kid driving,
no,
and so soon I'll have more kids driving.
you
but
got a few more on the way.
yeah, not thankful for the price of all that.
Yeah,
But
insurance, cars.
yeah, insurance is stupid. That's a whole nother. We should do a whole podcast on that. I don't know how people even do it. And then they're real strict. Like if he gets any accident, they'll probably drop you. Like
Really?
I think that is. I don't know if that's 100% true, but I've heard horror
You go
stories.
with the general
so.
there.
Yeah, the old general Shaq.
Yeah.
Shaq is a general guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Avery, she's a freshman in high school. This is my oldest daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I think I'll just be full disclosure here. I think she's had some friends in the past. We were like, meh. And
Okay.
I think she's grown and like really like, that's not good. This is good. And she's really, I'd say this year done a really good job of kind of cultivating relationships with good people that walk the same way she does. And when I say that, I mean towards Christ. And so, man, that's really cool to see. And so
Yes.
it makes you feel a little better about some of the decisions she might make.
You did something right.
Yeah, maybe. Or or her mom probably more than anything. But yeah,
Someone did.
someone.
There you
Yep. So I do think that was pretty cool to see this year. And then she's doing really well in school as well. And then my second daughter, Addie, she is had some success in the athletic space, and I think that was pretty neat. Man, she's one of the friendliest kids. I think everybody loves her. She's I think she got like the respectful Ram thing or whatever for
Cool.
the year for the school last year. But she's she's kind of a just a great demeanor. But just seeing that success for her, even though she is kind of a very humble kid, I think that was pretty cool. And then Liv is like doing extremely well in the academic space and like really taking to robotics, which is kind of neat. And so that's been fun to watch. But just thankful that they're all kind of progressing I think that's what I wrote down is that the kids are progressing not just physically, but also it seems spiritually as well, and then emotionally. So
That's awesome.
pretty pumped about that.
Yep.
Yeah. All right,
good.
that was my 3. Sorry, that was a little long, but
That's
it.
perfect.
Yeah.
I just put my boys' school down. So
Yeah.
school has been a hot topic for Kayla and I since before we were married. I'm a public school guy, and she's always been a Christian school. And my boys have attended a couple different Christian schools, and they've also attended public school with me. But right now, they're going to Claremore Christian, which is pretty small school. I think they're like 16, 18 a grade level, so it's pretty small. But we fit in very well there.
Looking for sponsors, Claremont Christian.
Yeah. I throw out some more names.
Get those on our list. Yeah.
But it's just they're very conservative. Like he sent out things, for Thanksgiving and the real meaning of the pilgrims, and sent out links. This is the principle, and then he sent out like on Veterans Day, he sent out a Ronald Reagan video and things like that. So it's just refreshing to knowing that, I feel like they're getting what they need at school. And I don't have to worry about that because they're still at the very young age, and we're just excited about it. So I mean, and then they have the parental tax credit thing that helps a little bit too. So we're not having to,
The whole bill.
2 mortgage payments a month or whatever what it used to be. So
Yeah, and they your kids like it.
my kids do
most,
like
I
it.
think like most important, right? That they kind of fit in
Yeah.
and they enjoy it. And
Yeah,
it's
they
good.
seem to fit in. It's more diverse there than previous schools they've been to. So
Yeah.
it's good for them. It's good for both of them.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
So they're happy. We're happy. No complaints with that. So it's
great.
Good. It's good.
It's great. All right, I'm gonna hit. These are like super common. So I would say health, but I'm super unhealthy right now.
Yeah,
So
me
I'm not
too.
gonna say that
I
one.
went to the doctor today,
Yeah.
and she's like, "Well," I'm like,
I always like to tell them like I got a lot of stuff in my pockets.
yeah,
Got a lot of stuff in my
Yeah.
pockets. Yeah.
I'm wearing my winter clothes.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I had
Yeah,
pants.
four layers on.
I had
come
boots on. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to say job. And I'm not going to get super specific, but I took a new role about a year ago now, and man, I really enjoy it. So there's been some good success there, but also just the fact that I just really enjoy it. It's been, I mean, it comes with a little extra stress, but probably the most fun I've had working. I'd say maybe not completely in my life, but just at least for job focus. I had an opportunity to go start a company, and it was super fun, but I had a lot of free time. So that's why that was fun. This is just enjoyable. It's a good culture at the place I work, and then I have some level of responsibility and decision rights that make it just a really enjoyable kind of fun ride that we're on. So
Good.
yeah, I'll say that. I was very thankful for that. I think just a blessing from God. So yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you can enjoy your work.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
Lucas.
it didn't make my list this year, but
Oh,
I'm happy for you.
Thank
It's
you.
good.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
The last one I put down was I just put family. We're all relatively healthy, besides me being overweight. But other than that, we're good.
We don't want to talk about that. We don't wanna talk about that.
No, we're just happy. Our boys are at a really fun age. They're 4th and 5th grade, so they're involved. I get to coach their stuff still because they're still in elementary. It's just fun. Get with them, a few nights a week, practices and games. They're at the age, and this they frustrate you, but you also just love being in the moment. You have a dirty house all the time. You have a dirty car all the time. You have they wear you out. Like you go on vacation, you're stressed out for 4 or 5 days, but you enjoy
Yeah.
every minute of it.
Absolutely.
Constantly worrying about them too, but this is a good age. Kayla and I are in a really good spot in our marriage too. What are we, 14 and a half years?
Ooh.
And you know how marriage goes. You have really good years and, back and forth, but we've been in a really good space the last few years. So it's just been really fun. So we're
Good.
very blessed and, yeah. So
I love it.
Family. Yep.
Yeah, family. I'll my number one, or what I would say is like for this last year at least, is I will say my marriage. We hit the 20-year mark.
Woohoo.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
That is a
especially-
big deal. People don't,
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know what the average is anymore, but I know it's not 15, 20 years anymore.
Yeah, so I think especially married to a guy like me, can you imagine? So yeah, my
She's a saint.
she is a saint. Talk about how much she means to me for sure. But I do think that was just, yeah, to your point. I mean, we grew up with that, so we don't know anything different from our
Correct.
families. And so we took it very serious, made a commitment. I say maybe when we first got married, we might and didn't take it quite as serious as we should have. I'm not saying that we that went wrong. I just don't know if we understood the gravity in the moment.
Right.
But then to your point, as you grow and you realize, man, this is hard because we're both broken people. Like,
Right.
it's tough and you put a lot of work in and, and
Yeah.
then throw kids on top of it and,
Extended family
finances,
on top of it.
extended family. Yeah.
Your own, brothers. Yeah.
Yeah,
it just-
everything. Yeah, you throw it
life.
all in there,
Mhm.
and then to realize that, to your point, like you just kind of grow, and then you start understanding the covenant it is,
Mhm.
and how important it is, and then 20 years goes by, and I agree. I don't think it's anything to say like, no big deal, right? I think it's the expectation I want for my kids, and I think, but we have to do it, right? And so I think to show that and model it, I think that's probably the thing I'm most proud about and thankful for. But yeah, thankful for my wife and thankful for my marriage. Means a lot. And I think this is just a milestone we hit this year. So
That's awesome. 20 years.
Yeah.
Yep. It goes by fast too, doesn't it?
yeah, I think once you throw kids in the mix, it's like all over, man. It's
It's like a blur.
it's just,
it just goes really
super
fast,
quick.
and then
Yep.
it feels like you always have something because then our parents are getting older, or if we still have grandparents, so it never stops with all the other I don't want to say drama, but like
Yeah.
all the things that life brings you.
Sure.
So,
Yeah, just extra stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So what I was thinking too, just to tack onto this one, and we don't have to much longer, but the idea of fostering gratitude, and I think we've talked about this in the past just a little bit. And if your kids are like mine, but like, and even for myself, like the idea of sitting and thinking about the things for this past year that I'm thankful for. Man, I could go down a list of things that in the immediate that I'm thankful for. Like I have, relationships that I've built through work that I didn't have before, relationships through a church I didn't have before, relationships through all kinds of things I'm super thankful for. But if you start thinking about this past year, or even like this past month or this past 2 months, it kind of starts you like, oh man, what am I thankful? You know what I mean? Like it's
right.
less generic, but and just the idea of being thankful and not being entitled and spoiled and wanting and always. So here's just a few things that we try to stay consistent with in our home, and maybe you guys could use this, but I do. So at the dinner table, we ask for 2 things that the kids, we do call high and low. We like to hear something that maybe they weren't super pumped about, one thing, and then we ask for 2 things that they were excited about for the day or that they enjoyed.
Yep.
And then we do try to tie that back to, we don't get the like, well, I liked my art class. It's not, you can't you gotta give us more than that, right? So we need more. Like, why do you like it?
Yeah, and I like that you said dinner table because we try to do that several times. We don't do it every
No,
night,
not every night,
but we try to do it. I would say 4 or 5 nights a week.
Sure.
For dinner at least. I think that's really important too. To sit down and
Sure.
So
And be thankful, pray, say those
Mhm.
things. So we do try to tie that to it. Then the other one that we do that is kind of in the same vein is once a month we pick one of the family members,
okay.
and then the kids have to say, "Hey, I love you because, and I thank you because you did this." So like if it's Avery's month, then we all have to say, "Avery, this month,
Okay.
I love you because of this, and I want to thank you for doing this." And so
And is that a daily thing or
no,
just once
once a month.
So
Once
one
a
time
month. So if there's
okay.
6 of us, so we get two months a year. 2 months a year.
I gotcha.
Yeah. And we rotate through, right?
That's cool.
Yeah, so we try to. Now, I think I've been missed a few times.
Yeah,
That's okay.
That's
And we do
okay.
get the generic, hey, we
Yeah.
thank you for working. So we
Yes.
have internet.
providing yes
That's Asher's
and
favorite.
phones
It's
and
Asher's
video
favorite
games.
thing. Yeah,
and-
for sure. But that's one thing that we try to do, and I'm not saying we're perfect by no means. So listeners, don't think that. But just a couple of things that seem to help us, at least in those moments, kind of think about what we're thankful for people. And then another thing is we do ask the kids, and we do this on occasion. We don't do it as consistent as we should, but we say, hey, tell us someone that you helped or you served over the
good.
last, whatever time
Yeah.
frame. And, you'll get I get surprised sometimes, that, like you think my 17-year-old son is not thinking about anybody in the world but himself. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, I did help,
Yeah.
and it could be simple. Like I held the door for this lady. She had her
Yeah.
hands full, or I helped her carry it, whatever.
Yep.
I think it's
Mm-hmm.
it's just important for them to think about and noticing people that need help
Yeah.
and need to be served. And it's also like just biblical.
Yeah. And we're going through that with our boys too, being, I don't want to say they're ungrateful, but they're spoiled.
Yeah,
you know,
we're
compared-
Americans, dude. Yep.
Right. So, just, we're going through that in our house too. And we've been working on that for a while. We still have a long way to go, but they're still young.
Sure. Yeah.
They'll get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think too, there's opportunity to go serve. Like we've done some of that through the church,
Right.
serving like less fortunate folks. I think I'd like to get little bit better about that. But I think it's just the idea of thinking, hey, your mom needs help cleaning the whatever, or your dad, I need help
Right.
vacuuming, or hey, will you feed
And do
the
it
dogs?
willingly, you
Yeah,
know?
like almost
And
if they do it without asking, you're kind of blown away, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, and I just this verse, I always found this to be like it's in Hebrews, super powerful. And I honestly wish I probably would have dug in a little more for context, but I'm just gonna throw it out there. So, this is Hebrews 12, and we're gonna go verse 28. Therefore, let us be grateful for receiving a kingdom that cannot be shaken. And thus let us offer to God acceptable worship with reverence and awe, for our God is a consuming fire. That was verse 29, that last part. Man, I think it's just a powerful image, what God deserves, and then also what we've received from him. And so why would we not be thankful?
Right.
Why would we not be thankful? Anyway, those are my thoughts.
I think it's very good.
Yeah,
So
good
yep.
stuff.
Yep.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah,
Now
we
I
can
gotta
say
start-
Merry Christmas now too.
Merry,
We don't have to
Merry
say
Thanksgiving.
we don't have to say Happy Holidays anymore. We can say Merry Christmas when
Is
it's
that a
time to-
rule?
Huh?
Is that a rule?
Have you not seen the meme where it's
Uh-uh.
all the red parts can say Merry Christmas, and then it says the blue spots on the map from the elections can say Happy Holidays.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah,
I love
but-
it. I love
yeah,
politics.
but Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep. Merry Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
everybody.
Yep.
All right. You got anything else?
No, I'm good, man.
All right. Adios.
Bye.